So, anti-Trump protesters are still hoping for one last chance to stop him from becoming president. This Monday, the Electoral College cast their 37 votes. No, it's more than 37, isn't it?
Well, they need 37.
They need 37 to block him. So, really the question is, is there a chance of this?
You know, this morning I had a little meltdown in the meeting.
A little one. Whoopi was fanning you.
No, I had a meltdown today. And I'll tell you why. Because when we first started, when he first was elected, I was angry. And a lot of people who were crying. And I said to them, don't get sad, get mad. So I was in touch with my rage. Today, I read, you know, I read the New York Times, I read other things, and I realize that the Democrats are not going to do what they have to do to stop him. That the Democrats are rolling over. Unless they're changing it right now, we have a chance to stop Trump with the Electoral College. They're about to vote. And according to the Constitution and Alexander Hamilton, these are the reasons they can vote against him.
Right.
This is the Constitution. Foreign involvement in the election, number 1. Check. We all know that the Russians hacked into the whole thing.
Right.
His business ties have already introduced unparalleled and unconstitutional conflicts of interest. He's not given up. Has he given up his golf course in Scotland? I don't think so. Is he given up his Trump hotel in Istanbul? I don't think so. He has postponed his, the press conference he was supposed to have to announce what. All of a sudden, we're not going to hear about it until after the inauguration?
Probably.
And the third thing, of course, is
Please
that...
check.
What?
Check.
Check. The third thing, of course, is that Hamilton wanted to prevent voters from the influence of outside actors, bullies, demagogues, and populism, which is what got him in, as Hamilton put it, an unqualified candidate who won over the masses with his talents for low intrigue and the little arts of popularity. Read that, you know, celebrity. Check. So, in conclusion, these are the criteria with which the electors should be voting against Trump to be inaugurated.
So now the next question
if they are
is,
the patriotic Americans that they claim they are.
The other question that comes up is, should they be doing this?
You don't think they should not be doing this. I recognize that this is like a wedding, and if you have something to say, you need to say it now or forever hold your peace.
Well, I'm in the stage of grief
Joy is in it. Like she said, there's some rage, so I understand why Joy feels that way. But I don't feel that when the system is set up the way that it should, that the Electoral College is to represent who voted for, the people spoke, and those electorates are obligated then to vote that voice. To me, the rules were decided before the game. And that means everyone operated their campaigns and everything with the rules in mind. Because it didn't turn out the way you wanted, honestly, the way I wanted, I don't think we should therefore then go back and rewrite it. I would feel the same way if this uproar were against Hillary. I would feel the same way.
Yeah. I hear what you're saying, and I know you have genuine concerns, and many people have genuine concerns about him. With respect to his businesses, I don't like a lot of the potential involvement, but there's nothing illegal going on there. There's nothing you can say he did something illegal. With respect to the Russians, we know that the Russians were involved, but they can't prove how they were involved. They can't prove that the Russians tipped the election for Donald Trump. There's no way for them to prove that right now. And in fact, you have a lot of intelligence agencies coming forward. No, but you can't.
Hamilton didn't say anything about
Hamilton didn't say
collusion. They just said foreign involvement.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, but you have several agencies that have come out, like the FBI, saying we don't know if there was foreign involvement.
Well, but do remember that the FBI also has a bit of a taint on it.
Right.
It's not.
Director of National Intelligence. You don't have a solid. This is what happened. This is how Russia was involved. You don't know how much was because of Russia or how much was because the center of the country felt that that Hillary campaign did not reach out to them. Bottom line is, people have spoken, and if you overturn this, you're overturning those people's votes.
It's been done twice. It's been done twice in history. Barron Burr and Jackson.
But the precedent that it sets is that, let's say Hillary Clinton had been under FBI investigation and won this election fair and square by the Electoral College, and you had people coming out and saying, there's never been a presidential candidate who's under FBI investigation. These electors should flip. I would be saying, no.
You're saying the people have, I like that. I have been saying from the very beginning that when the people have spoken, that you certainly have to listen to the people. And I don't think in this sense, when you look at the Electoral College, the people have spoken. Because Trump has lost the popular vote by almost 3 million votes.
But that's not the Electoral College.
One second. And when you look at the roots of the Electoral College, the roots of the Electoral College are rooted in slavery. And the reason that the Electoral College even exists is because the North would have outnumbered the South because the South refused to acknowledge that their slaves were people.
I disagree.
And their slaves could not.
No,
well,
those are the facts.
No,
Those are the facts. That's why it was done.
People defending the Electoral College are defending it because they don't want states that are heavily populated like New York and California determining the fate of that election and causing candidates to say, you know what, we can ignore all these states in the middle.
It should be one person, one vote.
But this is
and the people have spoken.
But what I would say to that, Sonny, is I would say there are definitely good arguments for that. I agree with you, but what needs to happen is going forward. The idea that we'd apply it to this election when it was decided before. I know
the Constitution provides an out.
We have an out. We have an out. But there's a hope. There's a glimmer of hope on the Constitution.
It's completely constitutional.
Alexander Hamilton.
I have not forgotten about your Hamilton. If they want to redo it, and I think people are up in arms enough, let's fix it then. I just think that would have changed
Monday.
But they would have changed the whole game going into it.
Well, let me end with this before we go to break.
Yeah.
This is the first time a foreign power has been discussed in this fashion about our elections. The fact that people don't seem to recognize that if there was a deal made, what is he expected to give them for this deal? These are the questions that they've asked about every president. They asked it about Obama. Who's he talking to? You know, he's in bed with so-and-so. And everybody ran with that. But no one seems to want to run with the fact that somehow the Russians' fingerprints are everywhere.
Yeah.
So perhaps, since he's always talking about everything is rigged, we should take a minute.
That's impeachable, isn't it?
And I'm trying to go faster. Take a minute and say, you know what? This is real. This is real. This is an endangerment to the United States. I think that moment should be taken. Now, we have until January 20th.
Plenty of time.
There's plenty of time. If people do their homework. If y'all don't care, nothing's going to happen. It's going to be fine. But this is a battle you should be fighting because this is all.
Call your Democratic representatives.
So we
tell them to get with the
We're
program.
coming back in a minute with more hot topics. You know, oh my God. Most parents have no idea what their kids are thinking, their teenagers are thinking, and they figure that they can't stand having mom and dad around. But that's not necessarily true because researchers have found that teens really want their folks to be there, even if they don't want to interact with them. And this seems to surprise the hell out of people, which I don't understand.
Yeah.
I mean, because we were all teenagers. Think back.
Yeah.
You remember?
It was a dark time.
It was a dark time. Did you listen to anything anybody said to you?
Well,
See, it's like it's just become interactive.
I acted out more in my 20s, but
Yeah.
I think this makes total sense. When you think of a toddler and they start to test your limits, you say no, they scream. They're trying to find boundaries, but it's for safety. They need to know there's a place and you're holding them. The teenager looks a little different, but I think it's just as much a developmental phase where they're testing their own individuality and their place in the world, and they don't want you to go anywhere. They're going to keep mouthing off. They're going to keep tipping their toe over the line, but they're wanting the safety of you being there, knowing they're okay to find that. So I think it makes total sense.
I think so. I mean, I'm raising a teenager now. My son turned 14 in August. And I feel very blessed because I've tried to have an open door policy with him as he's gotten older. I've told,
policy.
yeah,
I love
like
that.
I
It's like
really
China.
well, I tried to be very open with him about what I did as a teenager. And every day I say to him, what was your highlight today? What was your low light? And he's been really honest. So I haven't liked everything he said about how he feels about me, or
What's the worst thing he's ever said about you?
he told me recently that he felt that I didn't trust him because I didn't give him enough leave. I didn't allow him to go into the city to go to a party, and I didn't know the parents or the family or
He's
anybody.
14.
And I didn't allow him to do that.
I think that's a common.
And he felt that it was a
common thing that
hurt me because I trust him. I didn't trust the other people.
Oh God! If I
about my kids.
I had this
But
for years.
it's all, but again, these are the same bitches we've had with our parents.
Yes, exactly.
Somebody said it too. Maybe we were talking, and I said to you, you know, think back when I was a teenager, everybody's skirt was right here. Okay?
Oh yeah.
Right here.
You could feel it breathe.
Okay?
That was in the Catholic school.
Yes.
Yes, it was.
We used to roll them up.
That's right.
We used to roll the skirt up.
Yeah.
Your mother or dad would have said to you, what the hell are you doing? Now, we were talking about kids, yes, and pants down low. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
Everybody, they test. It's part of what you do as a teenager. And parents have to understand, you know, as much as you say, I hate you. You know, now you're in your 40s, 30s, whatever. You realize you didn't hate him. You wanted to do what you wanted to do.
Yeah. My mom was good about reminding me of instances in her own life. And she'd go back and take a minute to walk in my shoes, and it made a big difference. I felt like I had guidance, but not judgment.
That's right.
And that was the key
Exactly.
for me.
And I now have guidance.
That's why
no judgment here.
She's great.
We'll be right back. You know, women posted the worst marriage advice they were ever given on brides.com. Did you know there was a brides.com?
I did.
I did not know that. There's a .com for everything, I guess.
That's true.
Booty.com. I'm sorry. And I guess this is the kind of advice they got. Train your husband like you would a puppy. Or just agree with everything he says. Have you? Well, I didn't make it up. That's what it said. I mean, have you heard these kind of pearls of wisdom from
The
people?
worst advice I ever got was get married.
The one thing I got that actually it sounds great on the surface, it was don't go to bed angry, but I think that suits certain people because one thing is that if you keep pushing me when I'm not having a sense of reason and I'm already angry, the conversation is getting less and less productive as we go. So by letting me sleep and waking up well rested, as long as you don't talk to me before I eat, we could have a really productive conversation. So I think that part that applies to some people, not myself. But then one of our fans, Brown Eyes, that's her Twitter handle, wrote in, she was told never get marriage counseling because it doesn't work, and they were wrong. I also agree. I think therapy works for everyone. Like
I don't believe marriage counseling. I said this before. I don't believe it.
You were divorced.
No, I know I'm divorced, but I don't believe in it anyway.
Why do you think it happened? They went to a marriage counselor.
Exactly. Because you say things in there you can't take back.
No, you're right. You're right. It feels like a
You
safe
say
space.
he's not a generous lover. You think he wants to hear that?
You could say that at
And
home.
he doesn't want another person to hear it.
Exactly.
Now people know. Now we've got to get a divorce.
My grandmother, when I was getting married, she said, if you're ever having trouble in your marriage, just remember, baby, it's cold outside. And I was like, what kind of advice is that?
You're going to stick with the grenade you know.
I didn't even understand, but it turns out...
I still don't understand. I don't know what that means.
Well, there's that song that says...
No, I know the song.
So what she was trying to say was, keep the spice in your marriage. If there are problems, like, remember to be intimate with your partner.
Oh, is that what
I thought that you might get kicked out on the streets.
It was like, keep it sexy. And
I thought she worked for the weather department.
I know, it was the weirdest. And she sang it to me, and I was like, that was really weird. But it was good advice.
Oh, no, that's great. You know, we're laughing, and we're laughing. You know who would have this kind of laugh also about, like a crazy subject like this, was Alan
Oh,
Thicke.
poor guy.
And he was he was just a great guy,
Dr.
but one of the
Seaver.
great television dads. And He passed yesterday at 69, you know, and he was also, I don't know if a lot of people know this, but he was responsible for a lot of beloved TV theme songs, like Different Strokes, Facts of Life.
What you talking about?
And he was just a hell of a guy, man.
Everybody says he was so much fun, and he was.
He was funny.
Yeah.
He was funny, and he knew, you know, he knew. Damn.
Well,
you know. Well, you know, this is the cycle, right? And so, safe travels, my friend. We'll be right back.
Taraji P. Henson snagged a Golden Globus cookie on Empire. Now she's getting more award show buzz, playing a genius who helped America win the space race in the segregated 1960s. Please welcome Taraji P. Henson. You're very popular and you look very cute.
Thank you. I love you too.
So I want to start by asking you about the most adorable holiday photo of you as a little girl on Santa's lap. Look at this. Is that cute?
Isn't that great?
Tell us about it.
What's the outcry about having a black Santa? I've been doing it for years.
Yeah.
Always sat on the black Santa's lap. Where y'all been?
There was a whole controversy about it. The Mall of America. They had a black Santa, and all the racists came out of their holes and started criticizing it.
Come on. What is the problem with the black Santa? We can't share Santas?
I know.
Santa delivers around the world. Around the world. Like, come on. You know, I saw Hidden Figures, and I just have to say, bravo for everyone that had anything to do with that project. Every little girl should see this. It is one of the most empowering stories. Just to get the details, it's based on the true story of the black female mathematicians working at NASA, but you were still dealing, the characters were still dealing with racial tensions at the time. Can you tell me a little bit about what your reaction was when you saw the script? I just remember being upset because, you know, as a little girl about it. Yeah. I'm pissed because that's a dream that
in particular, in this particular.
Yes. And that's a dream that I did not know belonged to me. Who knows? I could have been a rocket scientist. Let's take a look at the clip real quickly. A true story where not only a woman, but a black woman was checking all the men's work. Men saw being human computers as secretarial work. So they didn't want those jobs. So Eisenhower implemented a program at NASA, and they hired all of these women. Well, of course, it's segregation, and you have the black wing and you have the white wing. But these women, and particularly Catherine, you know, she graduated high school at 14. She graduated college at 18.
Is that your character?
That's Catherine Johnson, who's still alive, by the way. She's 98. She thought she was just going to have a career being a professor or a teacher. And then this is great. This is that saying, when preparation meets opportunity. She was prepared. She did run the numbers herself, and her projection beat the computer by a couple of feet. So she was even more accurate than the computer.
Wow. That's some story. This is the kind of history that needs to be taught in school.
Yeah. I mean, if little girls knew that they could be, you know, do math and science, maybe they wouldn't be on Instagram twerking.
All right, let's talk about it. Let's talk also about Empire.
Yes.
Which is a pop icon.
Has she?
And, yeah, because, I mean, what did they do with the pets? There was something with pets.
Oh, God. They were dressing the pets up for Halloween as Cookie. Poor dog is on there.
There it is, look. Is that funny?
The dog is like, really?
Maybe the dog needed some swagger. I love it.
Now that dog looks miserable. He's like, I already have my own fur.
Well, now that you're a big star, what's the best perk that you find in?
I can go to any restaurant and I don't have to be on the waiting list, or I can just walk in and be like, really? You don't want me here? Okay, let's go. No. The manager's like, come back.
That's so cute.
I want to talk about your love interest on the show.
Who is that?
Who is the fine Jigs. And I heard that you handpicked him for the role. I can't imagine why. I mean, now, if you could handpick someone to date in real life, who would that be?
Oh, God, myself.
No.
That's a great When I say you have to be who you want to date, so me. Just a man in buff.
Yeah.
And darker and taller. Now, you have... We've got to talk about your memoir, which just came out. And I think you have the Around the Way Girl. You're honest about growing up in Washington, D.C., during the crack epidemic as a single mom, and you left an abusive relationship. A lot of this is so personal. Why did you come out with that now?
I decided to tell my story because once social media became really big, people started reading my interviews and they're like, you moved to California with $700 and your son, how did you do it? You got pregnant in college and you graduated. So it felt like people needed to hear my story. And as an artist, I was like, I have the mic. And God is like, so what you gonna do with it? And so I was like, my mic sounds nice, check one.
All right, let's sell the book. You also do some Hollywood dish. There's a little Hollywood dish in this book, too.
A little bit. It's not messy. It's just my story, you know. People.
Like, well, tell us about how you were in the movie Benjamin Button.
Yeah, and I don't want people to get upset. It's not that I expected to be paid as much as Brad Pitt or Kate Blanchett. I understand. I'm new to the game.
Yeah.
But what we were asking for didn't seem like an astronomical amount. You know what I mean? It was fair for me where I was that time in my career. And they didn't come back with that. We were heartbroken. But see, that's when you have to check your ego, because if I let ego take control of that, I wouldn't have taken the job, and I would have missed my moment. So I had to set pride aside, suck it up, and I had to bite my tongue a lot. And I just had to stay focused on the bigger picture.
But that's smart business.
Yeah.
You knew there was an opportunity that would get you to where you are now.
Well, it's why she goes to those restaurants she was telling us.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I mean, and the other thing about you I noticed is that you're very outspoken. I love that about you.
Oh, but you do.
I know. Well, yeah, I know. But as I often lost out on jobs because of my big mouth, do you?
I don't think so. I haven't felt that I've lost anything. I mean, if
you're edgy. They say you're edgy.
Well, they do say I'm edgy.
What does that mean?
I don't know. I'm an around the way girl. I don't know. But you can call me anything in the world, but what I am is a classically trained actress. So you can't judge me because I'm comfortable being me in my skin. I'm not going to change who I am.
That's right.
Unless it comes in the script.
Yeah. Okay.
And you'll get whatever you want.
You are on the right track, girl. So thanks for coming by again. We love having you here. You're a lot of fun. Thanks to Taraji P. Henson. Hidden Figures opens in select cities on Christmas Day and opens nationally on January 6th. And everyone in the audience going home with a copy of Taraji's book.
Every year, Whoopi loves showing off her favorite things for the holidays. So see what made the list this season when we come back.
Christmas is coming up fast, so if you're still having a tough time with somebody on your gift list, check out some of my favorite things for the holidays. But before we start talking about what we're getting, let's talk about what we can give. There is no better gift than giving back. Food Bank for New York City. MatchTheMeals.org, FeedingAmerica.org. Be inspired to find a food bank near you. Food Bank New York has provided over 1 billion meals. This week they have a million meal match going on, so check out their website. Every day, 1.4 million New Yorkers, including 1 in 5 children, struggle with hunger. So today I want to thank our studio audience and our staff because each one of them brought a can of food to help feed those in need.
They're not the only ones. Some other people were being generous. Come on out.
So that's from all of us at the Chew. Thank you all for all the work that you do. Love you, honey.
Happy Christmas, Merry Christmas, baby. We love her. Yes. So, a couple of years ago, I gave this product, yes, go ahead, to a bunch of kids who came to my house for Christmas. And they really, really loved it. It's called Soap Socks. $12.99 at Soap Socks. GypsyKids.com. So it's great for kids who don't love to bathe, and it's great for adults who don't love to bathe either, because there's a soap pocket in it, and it turns soap socks into the washcloth when the soap is added to it. So, you know, there's lots to choose from. There's Disney characters, animals, all kind of stuff, and you can get an extra 30% off today using the promo code THEVIEW if you like soap socks. That's what I'm talking about. So, this next gift includes two of my favorite things, reading and music, right? So karaoke, books and app. $19.99 at karaoke.com, created by a dad who wanted his kids to know some of the songs that we kind of grew up with. Featured songs, What a Wonderful World, Lullabies, My Girl, and there's more on the way. You download the app, which features animated videos of the books. It's kind of fabulous.
Why didn't they have that when I was a kid?
Well, because they were doing it now. But speaking of music, these gifts are great for someone who loves music and fashion. Two Gypsy Souls is a rock and roll clothing line. Clothing ranges between $120 and $160 on twogypsysouls.net. Each piece is a one-of-a-kind piece. Super soft flannel, custom orders can be done, and it's done by two teachers. This is the thing I love, you know? And I've got some very special models here, so come out and show. Yes. And the two people, Jay, move over. And the two people who did this, the owners of Two Gypsy Souls, are in our audience, ladies. Wave. Thank you. So, this is great if you want to personalize something. Q Squares, New York melamine tableware. 6,000 up at qsquare.com. Just qsquarenewyork.com, my bad. Melamine dinnerware and serving pieces look like fine porcelain and ceramic, but they're not. They're fabulous. You can personalize them. They're dishwasher safe. You can have a great time with it. And you can put anybody's picture on it.
That's how I serve all my food.
That's right. And you know, I'm a holiday girl. I'm a holiday girl. And so I love decorating with these next two products. Mark Roberts Christmas Santas and Elves, $40 and up, Christmas-magic.com. Limited edition fairies, Santas, elves, witches, and I just want to point out, who does this look like? Does this look like anybody? This looks like me. So there's home decor for all seasons. Creator Mark Roberts is in our audience, and one of the reasons that I love him is because he started,
my mom loves
I called him and asked him if he could do a Black Santa. Because, you know, we are always looking for Santas that, you know, go with our families. And Mark did it as well. So we love him. You know this is me, right? Okay. So now, the other thing I have to tell you is the other place that I'd love to go for my Christmas decorations.
I'll take Whoopi.
Whoopi, get in there.
I'll take Whoopi.
Okay. For my Christmas decorations is this. Patience Brewster collection. $6 and up, PatienceBrewster.com. Patience has created unique three-dimensional ornaments and gifts. Lots of beautiful tabletop items. She also carries tea towels and all kinds of stuff. And Patience Brewster is also here in our audience. And she has something special. Hold on. She has something special for our audience.
I do today. If you go to our website, PatienceBrewster.com, as you check out, if you buy something, you get 15% off, but you have to write in the code HOLIDAYVIEW. And you can...
And the reason that I love these guys is because they make the holidays for everybody. So you will see Santas and elves of all different hues, and I love them for that because it helps kids, it makes kids happy when they see somebody that looks like them at Santa. So, and this is also one of my favorite products. I use this every day.
You love her.
I love it. Echo Dot, $49.99 at Amazon.com. Hands-free voice control device that uses Alexa to play music, control smartphones, do all kinds of stuff for you, right? Now, it connects to speakers and headphones with Bluetooth, and it can control lights and fans, all kinds of stuff. Roll it on, roll it on. You want to see what happens. This is me asking Alexa a couple things. Go ahead. Roll. Alexa, where does Santa Claus live?
Santa Claus lives in the North Pole.
Alexa, sing Jingle Bells.
Oh, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh,
Yeah. So, and I want to say to our viewers at home, we have a little surprise for you. 5 of you will win all of my favorite things. So if you want to figure out how to do it, go to our Facebook page by midnight Eastern tonight and find out how to enter for a chance. Yeah.
These are so great.
Oh, wait. Oh, wait a minute. I feel bad. I just left y'all out in the cold like that.
Yeah, you did take
Okay.
at home.
Members of our studio audience are getting all of my favorite things! For more information on any of these products, check out the website and we'll be right back.
Don't move, because we're about to give away 10 grand live on The View. Find out which audience member and home viewer are getting a piece of the jackpot next.
Thanks to Savings Destination, the ultimate shopping companion, Retail Me Not, it's time to give away some money. And we have a special guest to help us out today. Come on out, Santa Claus. Are you going in the booth?
I'm going in.
Get in there. Now, this is actually just one of Santa's helpers. He's our co-executive producer, Brian Tedda, and he's going in our win booth today because someone in our audience is about to get a major boost to their holiday budget, $5,000.
Yeah.
But first, let's announce our at-home winner. A big congratulations to Laura Smith from El Campo, Texas. You also just won $5,000. Do I push this button? I think I do. It's time for our studio audience winner.
Hit that beautiful
Ready?
button.
You got it? I can't go until it's done. It's stopped! Okay, the winner is number 18. What's your name and where are you from? New York. And what's your name? Patricia. New York. Patricia. Yes. Yeah. Oh my God. It wasn't a trick question.
So you won, Patricia. You happy?
Thank you so much. Oh my God, I'm so I won by seeing you guys.
You can always give it to someone else. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
So, Brian?
Yes, Whoopi?
Are you a bad Santa or a good Santa?
Read that really fast.
Have a great day, and everyone, and take a little time to enjoy The View.
Oh,